So I remember one day when my husband of 3 years was going on holiday, but he left his pager behind and I left it on his bed, so I curiously had a look and it was a message from another woman. Jessica was a very insecure, shy young girl. She had a lot of complexes about herself. She never liked herself. I grew up like this for a good amount of years. I had a mum and dad growing up, which I feel very grateful for. A lot of people don't have that. But I found that there was no physical love in the household. My mum was in a home when she grew up, so she never had a mum around. And my dad lost his mum when he was very young in the war. So they never had no physical love, so I never had any physical love from them. And this sort of grew up into a void inside of me. I was very sad and alone, and I was just trying to look for something that I couldn't find, and I didn't know what it was. Growing up into my teenage years, that tend to be drinking, partying, trying to go out with friends, because the drinking that gave me the confidence that I so much craved for. I then met my husband. We was continuing that lifestyle, really. We moved in together and we lived together for about 5 or 6 years until we eventually got married. 3 months later, I was expecting a son, and I thought everything was perfect at that point. I had a good job, I had a son, whom I loved, I had a husband, had a car, until that fateful day when my husband was going on for a trip with his mates. But then he left his pager on the bedside. When I had a look, I found there was a message from another woman about going to Dublin. She was excited. So at that point, I didn't actually believe what I was seeing. I never expected my husband to cheat on me like that. I had to book the day off of work. I got my son looked after, and I just sat indoors waiting for him to come home and face him. He came home and he admitted everything, and I just felt as if the ground had swallowed me up. So I told him he had to go. I could not stay with him. If he didn't want to stay with me, what was the point? This exacerbated my insecurities, obviously knowing that he went and was with a younger woman. So I spent the next sort of 5, 6, 7 years bringing my son up single-handedly, just existing, I think. I wasn't even living, I was just existing, going day by day. 3 months later, after I found this, my dad passed away, who I was very close to. I was sort of looking, well, I've lost my husband, I've lost my dad. Who do I look to? So this sort of over the time turned into depression, I think. I was still drinking at night time when my son was in bed and eating rubbish and just not looking after myself, really. Went to the doctors, they actually prescribed me with antidepressants. But funny, I didn't actually take them. So I wasn't looking after myself. I seemed to just dress in black, just baggy clothes. I was just hiding from everybody, I think. I didn't really see my family much either. I used to keep everything from my son. When he woke up, I was mum. When he went to sleep, I was somebody else. I was drinking, just trying to fill that void again, trying to help me sleep because I had so much sort of going on that I had to contend with. Work-wise, I just tried to keep away from everybody. I didn't want people to know what I was going through. I perhaps felt a failure, maybe, that I couldn't keep a husband. That was the main thing, I think. This time was such a horrible time for me. I thought this was life. This was going to be my life for the rest of time. I didn't know there was a solution. It wasn't until somebody in the workplace invited me to the Universal Church. And the day I actually stepped in was the day I would never turn back again. There was so much love that I felt from everybody, something that I've never felt before. I listened with all my might, everything that was told, everything that I learned from all the different services, and everything that they told me to do, I did. So it just makes sense, and everything was put into place. And I remember clearly in the early days, I was praying, and in my prayer, I heard God say to me, "I've been waiting for you." And I knew that I was in the right place. I knew that there was somebody that loved me more than anything. So it brought me closer closer to him and understanding about life and death, understanding about what happens when we die, understanding that we need to make sure that our spiritual life is in check, so that there's a purpose in life, that we're here for a reason, not only to save our own soul, but to save others. So as my spiritual life grew, I recognised that I needed to receive the Holy Spirit. This is something I learned through all the services that I've been going through. So there was a campaign of faith that was coming up, and I knew I wanted to receive the Holy Spirit, and I knew I needed to change. So I took part in the campaign. I gave all my insecurities, all my weaknesses, all my sadness, all my anger. I had to forgive people for the things that they'd done to me. I gave that on the altar. And I sort of said to God that you have to change me. You have to change me. I can't be living the way I'm living anymore. So the moment I received the Holy Spirit, I knew that I was good enough because God was with me and in me. We walked out together, hand in hand, and I knew God was with me, and I knew changes inside of me were happening. I'm a happy woman. I have peace inside of me. I know I can do anything because I have God inside of me. My life is totally different. I'm working to help others as well. In my job, I have to be strong for people at their worst moments. I sleep perfectly. I have peace inside of me. So I share my testimonies with others when I evangelize, just to show them that there is hope. You know, you might not think it at the time when you're going through so much, but there is hope and there is a better life for you. And I'm proof of that. With the Holy Spirit, I know I can do all things to give me strength to forgive those who hurt me when I went through that difficult time. And I know I'm not alone. I know I have God with me, and I'll never turn my back on him.